All right, Brad, next game on our list, we have the Kansas City Chiefs minus 4.5. Now, this is a line that I had to scrape out and find because the Mahomes thing is still up in the air.
Sure.
Kansas City Chiefs minus 4.5 at Tennessee. I'm assuming Patrick Mahomes will start because this is the game that the Chiefs have always been slated. Now, the Chiefs won against Minnesota, so maybe they'll say, maybe. But, this Chiefs team, I believe they're a 3-loss.
So.
Huh?
I don't think they will. I think they will start him as soon as possible.
I agree with you.
100% because they...
Would you do that? Would you start him?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
He's a young guy, dude. He's young.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
If it was Aaron Rodgers, maybe my logic is off, but Aaron's 35 and I think Mahomes is not even 25. So, he's got a little bit of superhuman in him. So even if the thing is not completely healed, he's fine. He's fine.
And it was, what was it, a fractured kneecap, right? It wasn't like it was out and back in. Who needs a kneecap anyway, really?
You don't need a kneecap. No. I mean, come on. You got another one on the other side.
That's how I always talk about my kidneys when I go out drinking on Saturday. I got two. That's why you get two.
Exactly. Listen, I think they start him as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're playing Cincinnati or the Chiefs are not right now. They're not cruising like New Orleans is with their backup.
Right.
They're not.
Okay.
They lost against Green Bay.
Yeah.
They almost just lost.
Yeah.
They need to get them in there and build that momentum again.
I'm on the fence. What fell down there?
Cal helmet. Bad omen.
Bad omen. Can I go back to Carolina in that Green Bay game?
Yeah. My cousin's wife is asking me for these helmets. She's been asking them for like a year and a half. And like every 2 months, he'll be like, "Yo, dude, you think you could mail me those helmets?"
You're like, yeah.
I'll say, "What's your address?" And he'll send it in the text, and I'll reply, "LOL."
LOL, what a jerk.
What a dick.
What a jerk. Dude, Tennessee, back to the game. Tennessee, look, I like this team. I was surprised. I thought Tennessee would have a better game against the Carolina Panthers last week. I still like Tannehill, but what ended up happening, what was the difference? Tannehill had 2 interceptions against Carolina. When Tannehill has a clean stat sheet, Tennessee's very hard to beat, I think. It'll be an interesting game. If Mahomes plays, I would take that. I would take the Kansas City Chiefs in this game, 4.5. If he doesn't play, I would still flirt with taking Kansas City with Matt Moore. Here's the thing: is Kansas City. I actually think this Mahomes injury, assuming that he can recover and be fine by the end of the season, I actually think that injury might have helped Kansas City a little bit because this defense, while Mahomes has been out, this defense has been playing and had to play like tough, and they've been gaining confidence, and I think they're getting better.
Yeah. There's silver linings to everything.
Yeah. And people forget, like, Spagnuolo is in his first year there. It's going to take a little while. It's a new scheme. It's going to take a while to gel. And they brought Spagnuolo in there because he's the Patriot beater from his time in New York. So I like what they're doing. I really do. And, Kansas City, I'll take them. And if Mahomes is playing minus 4.5, I'll take that for sure. For sure, I'll take that. Fantasy-wise, I think you start either quarterback, obviously Mahomes, but Matt Moore I think would be a start this week, especially in daily fantasy. I don't really like either one of these running backs for Kansas City, although both of them have decent projections. I just don't like them, but if I had to pick one, it would be LaShawn McCoy. Don't go crazy on Damian Williams when you look at his stat line from last week. Most of that was on one carry. That's not going to happen every week. Against Minnesota, it was kind of a fluke carry, honestly. Tyreek Hill, I think, is a great play. Sammy Watkins is a borderline play. I think Travis Kelce is a great play this week. For Tannehill, I think he's a fringe start. I think you definitely start Derrick Henry. And I'm staying away from everybody outside of maybe look for the injury report, Jonnu Smith or Delaney Walker. Pay attention to who's going to be starting there at the tight end position. They're kind of a fringe, maybe pick up off of the waivers start.